Happy New Year. We're back. 2023. All new sexy logo and artwork. This episode is New Year's resolutions. What we got planned for the new year. And all the sort of things we think is going to happen in the electrical industry this year. And we thought we'd rope in the midfield general himself, Mr. Wills Electrical.
Hello.
Listen,
is it an up New Year or what? Don't sign it.
Sorry, it is, but I just paid $6,500 to VAT this morning, so I'm a bit pissed off, to be honest.
Now we all know how much you made last quarter.
Oh, it's horrendous, mate. You know what I mean? Absolutely hate it. You know, it's quite funny, really, because you gave us a call about being all positive, and I don't know. I funny enough, I need to go on that £300 business course, I think.
Yeah, it's a business course for you. Don't pay the VAT, man. You'll be £5,000 better off.
Yeah, £6,500 better off. Yeah.
£300 business course. Oh, we're not talking about that again. Listen, swiftly moving on. Listen, I don't know about you lot, but this has been my first week back. How is everyone finding it? Like, honestly, for about 2 days, my shoulders were hurting, my back was hurting, my feet ain't working properly. No, I didn't even do that much laying this holiday.
You know what someone said to me once? Don't stop. An old boy said to me, if you don't stop, you won't stop. So I work the 3 days in between, so I've not had it as hard as everyone else.
Yeah, same as I'm the same. I had to do some testing at my own old primary school, so we didn't have much time off.
Oh, sort of, right, yeah.
Yeah, I work. You know, to be honest, as you know yourself, Jamie, you own your own firm with employees and all that sort of stuff. You don't really get much time off, do you? But that is one of the
traditionally, like you're doing a school. When I was in manufacturing, this was the only time of year we could go and do work. So I've always worked Christmas. It's the first year I've had a few days off.
Yeah. And that's the thing with me.
No, I'm not working through Christmas. I look forward to Christmas so much. Like, honestly, here's a rant now, and it's more of a rant about my mismanagement of my time off over Christmas. It's driven me mad. So, like, obviously you break up, and then like next day's Christmas Eve. Fair enough. I had shopping to do Christmas Eve because I hadn't gone. So I've been working
down the garage, down the 24-hour garage. I love them flowers, them reddies.
I'd been working flat out. So, like, I was just like, I ain't had time to go shopping to buy her missus something and all that, which is no excuse because we've got Amazon these days. I could have bought her some like kitchen utensils or a Hoover from Amazon, no problem. However, I decided that I was going to take Harper shopping with me the day before Christmas Eve.
Schoolboy error.
Got there. It was chaos. It poured down with rain. She needed about 50 wees because you know what kids are like. 3-year-olds, they're like, I need a wee now. And you're like, you've just been, but I really need a wee. And you think, just hold it. But you dare not do that because you'll take her to the toilet and you'll be like, you really did need a wee. Anyway, so that was a whole load of nonsense. Didn't get her a present. She had to go and buy her own present the next day. And then I got moaned at all Christmas about that. And then Christmas was just solidly rammed with doing stuff. And I was like, in the end, I was like, I'm so bored of doing stuff. And we had this massive row because I just wanted a day where I sat on the sofa and done nothing. Like, I'm a world-class do-nothing TV watcher. World-class.
I was the same, mate. I was the most disorganized Christmas I've had for years.
No. No one can beat me or even be in my league at watching TV. No one.
I can't do it, mate. I can't sit on my arse. It drives me mad.
Yeah,
drives me insane.
I normally give myself Sundays off, and that's what I do. That's why I work all the time. If I don't work, I do nothing. Like literally nothing. It's horrendous.
I embrace doing nothing. I love doing nothing. Doing nothing is what I work for. Is to do nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're all working hard for. Nothing. At the end of the day,
so both of your two's doing nothing. Is doing nothing then.
Listen,
it's got to be fuck all. Like not even breathing, just lying there.
Listen, I can literally
balls or nothing.
Listen, I can literally lay there and just think about stuff. Like, go off into my own little dream world. I don't need even TV. I'm a world-class do-nothing person.
Oh no, mate, I'm a mad potterer. I'll be like, sit down, have a brew, upstairs, on the computer, downstairs, in the garage, in the garden, running around, doing bits of. I like to tinker and
I
plod
get
around.
like that, but I have to up my energy levels by doing nothing for a long time. So maybe after 2 weeks, then I'll be like full of energy, got loads to do.
Oh yeah, but I just can't stop. It just drives me mad. I just get itchy feet.
However, we're not.
Sorry, I say that, Jamie, with your house. You're forever messing around with your house, aren't you?
You know, right?
And you're never going to do any of it, like finish any of it, guys.
If I don't say this, my missus will batter me, right? I put a kitchen in my house 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, probably 14 years ago, yeah? I've never bought or fitted the doors, right? Me and my missus' bedroom, which is just over in that direction. This is my little girl's room, this is an extension.
Yeah.
I've got a desk in here while I'm doing something else up. When my missus moved in, I'd moved into this room, and that bedroom had the door screwed shut for 6 years. And everyone went in there. We were just like, well, I've got this room, I've got the bathroom, we've got a spare room. No problem, we don't need that room. But when we had a baby, obviously, I had to do the other room up. So yes,
brilliant.
What you're getting at, you're right, Will, but I'm always tinkering electrically. I put my battery in, I put my Wi-Fi in, I've got my IKEA shit. The actual house can get fucked.
Yeah, funny enough, I see you put up there the other day about all the Wi-Fi at your house, and like I have to ask you like another time, because I live on the outskirts of a big town, and I've literally just upgraded my Sky router or whatever, and it's just equally as bad. Literally, if I'm watching YouTube on my telly, which I normally do, I have to turn. I can't like go on my phone; it knocks it off. It's that bad.
I'll tell you what, let's start there. Now we new look, we've got the new branding. Yeah, we have decided that every month we're going to do a technical type thing for some knowledge for Sparks. I'll put on the list. We've got one going this month, and we'll have a chat about it. We'll get someone on to talk about it, because if I'm honest, the most messages I've had on Instagram over Christmas is, oh mate, what Wi-Fi you got? Tell me about that Wi-Fi. It seems to be a big thing, and it's something Sparks can get into. So I promise next month, it's Wi-Fi. I'll talk about. We'll get someone on maybe who knows what they're on about.
Joe, what's interesting about Wi-Fi? That, is it even worth going Wi-Fi? Just don't be a lazy bastard and just run a cable.
Quick one, so I don't spoil it. You know the Wi-Fi routers. You know the router you get that makes your internet work. That's a good. It's probably a good router. It's probably a decent router. Yeah, it is not a good Wi-Fi access point. You get more than 4 or 5 things on that. That thing's falling over. And that's what you've got to remember. They're the cheapest thing. So that's the general gist. If you want to have some good, some good connections, you got to pay for it.
Yeah, it's a free. That's what I mean. Like, I'm more than happy to do that, because I literally sit at home and I've the last week or so. That's probably why my hair's all falling out. But I'm getting 5G. I'm getting all 5G now, which is unbelievable. Because where I go to football as well, like I know you boys aren't into it, but well, Jamie, you must know, because you're.
I was 100 meters away from the other day.
It's about 100 meters. But like the thing is that like with 5G, you can start look like going through your phone, where before I couldn't, because you had no chance. And I think that's only a matter of time before other people catch up with having 5G on their phones. You know.
I think 5G is bonkers, but I think you have to be like dead close to it. But yeah, I'll do some digging and I'll come back to, because it's great for contracts to be able to. What I mean, Wi-Fi now. If you're a Sparker, you might as well be slapping the equipment, not just putting the cable in and making a bit of extra money. So.
Well, that's right, because like, we're forever putting like Wi-Fi boosters in, but really that's only just boosting the
gash.
And the thing is, you don't really know. You don't really know what you're putting in. You just like you don't really know it technically. For sure, I know 100%. Nothing about Wi-Fi. Nothing. I just know that if I get a Wi-Fi extender, I'll go on there. I smash a few things. I swear a lot. I put in the most complicated password of all time. Drives me insane. and then it works. That's it.
I'll wrap this up so we don't spoil a future episode by saying wide's best every single time. There's plenty of money available for Sparks to do it. And what you're about, Will, is me doing it in my ass. My Instagram is, because I work alone a lot, it's my way of sharing stuff and not going mad being on my own. And a lot of people ask me about it. And I bought that stuff for my house after doing a lot of research. And I'll just put it in. So we'll develop on that, definitely, because it's definitely something Sparks are interested in, which I did not think they would be.
I really think it is, because I would love to know more about Wi-Fi. Will obviously does, because he's got to get his porn in, and
he can't get his midget porn quick enough, mate. He can't. On his 5G, we double the size.
I don't mind, lads, but it would save me coming to the office every time I come on the podcast. Anyway, you know what I mean? It's
is that why you're there? Because the
yeah,
wife,
yeah. Because also like if I'm uploading any of my YouTube videos and all that, like I've got no chance at home. You know what I mean? It is ridiculous, and it's like I don't really know what to do because you know. All my data friends don't really know. No one really knows, do they?
We've now got to get a guest we've now got to try and find a data guest, which is going to be a right laugh for me.
You'll do it. What's wrong with you?
Who?
You can do it.
Yeah, but we need
You
someone
you can do it.
You can do it. Get to the chopper.
We will do a date on this one, but we can talk about that because we're going to lay down, aren't we, what we're going to do for the year. We're going to lay down. Everyone's going to lay down tonight where we're going, what we're doing, and what we're going to be up to for the next year, we reckon.
Professionally and no, just professionally.
Well, anything you want. Everyone's just started back.
I'll go first. So this year, for the podcast, we've got some big plans. I'm just working on a website now because we're going to be doing a lot more giveaways. So you're going to have to go to the website, enter your email address, get entered in for giveaways. We're also doing.
What about the guests? The guests get anything?
We spoke about this to Sam. Actually, I have discussed this with Sam.
Yeah, actually, we have discussed this.
Yeah, after you.
I'll cover this bit, Sam. Yeah, if you come on, if you contribute to the show, you're going to get a car sticker, right? Yeah. If you contribute to the show 10 times, you're going to get a mug. And if you contribute to the show 250 times, you get a Harrier jump jet. We've decided.
That's an idiot.
So that's the crack. Yeah, that's what you'll get. So we might put some other rewards in for coming on. But that's
I would say like someone like Will is like a regular
I'm only playing
guest. Like you'll get like we're gonna have some mugs printed up. We're gonna have some because I'm not changing the logo or anything else ever again now. This is it. It's done. Like I swear I've done it 50 times. But this is the last time. So we're going to get some T-shirts made. We're going to get some cups made. We're going to get a load of stickers made. And we're doing loads of giveaways, cash prizes, loads of Verso gear we're going to be giving away. Just all kinds of stuff. A lot more interaction with our audience this year.
Which is what I was going to say is we had a discussion over Christmas about the Christmas episode. It took a lot of people, a lot of effort that weren't me. It took a load of people putting effort in to get that together, as you know, Will, you did one for us, yeah? We're dead grateful for it. It was like, we've got to put a carrot in. So we come up with the concept of the mugs, stickers, and Harrier jump jets. Sam's throwing the T-shirts there. We're going to be, we keep saying we're a community. We're going to make some more of that this year.
Yeah, I must say thanks for getting us involved in that Christmas. I really enjoyed that. It was absolutely first class. You know what I mean? It's good.
The first one, it was hard work. A lot of people. What I will say is, I know you're busy people, yeah, and loads of people got back to me late on, and I've managed to cobble it together because Sam told me to put it together or fuck off. But everyone pretty much has come through. If you didn't come through, I'm not on it against you. You're probably busy, but hopefully now that's set in stone. Next year we'll have an easier time getting stuff. Plus with the bribery of car stickers.
So that's the podcast. Now, me professionally, I'm doing my triple STS this year.
Good move.
Do you know what? I've crushed it supervising this job. I'm not just saying it. I just have. I've enjoyed the fuck out of it. I've really, really enjoyed it. So doing that. And I'm going to get my 2391 done this year as well. But I've already spoken.
Calm down, son. Calm down. It's only a year.
Big shout out to the Electrical Academy in Maidstone. So I'm going to be doing my 2391 with them. And then it's just a matter of like, I don't want my own business.
So go on. Sorry, Sam. So how are you going to do it? You're going to do night school? Are you going to do Saturdays?
I'm going to do 5 days.
No, you want to do before you do that 5 days? I hear there's a great series on Apprentice 1-to-1 of the whole 239 course broke down over 4 individual hours.
See, I'm going to be honest with you.
By me and Mark.
I'm going to be honest with you. I will have to do that. I'm going to have to watch that probably 50 times because I'm actually really, really stupid.
You know what?
I thought you guessed my way through the 18th.
I thought you was going to say, generally then, I'm just going to go on the course. And what I will say, genuine spark advice now, and as an ex-tutor, if you are going on a 2391, it's not a course really. It's more of evaluation. Make sure you know what you're doing before you get there. Guidance note 3. That honestly, with me and Mark and Craig put together a really good course there for that.
Yeah, I'll be hitting that up. It probably won't be to the middle of the year I'm doing that. I've got some other bits and pieces all connected to the electrical industry that I'm doing in the background. Some consultancy work, some other bits and pieces. So this year is going to be a really good year for me. In fact, I am so excited for this year for the podcast and for my own personal stuff. And even even excited to do my 2391. Might even end up with a professional registration at the end of the year and call myself an engineer.
What a turnaround! Then you have a certificate like me, look.
Yeah. When you're not an engineer, Will, you understand. Please tell
I'm
me
an engineer. I'm a fucking royal engineer.
You're not. You're not an engineer. You can't just. It's like me saying I'm Dr. Sam just because someone gave me a letter that says doctor on it.
Mate, I'm literally, obviously, a royal engineer. So
Mate,
I've not got my 2391. I had the easier option where I got the 2395, 2396.
Oh yeah,
they don't do that anymore, do they? They don't.
To cut a long story short, the 2391. I'm not taking anything away from anyone here, right? But I've got the proper 2391 when you did a written exam. It was fucking hard. Yeah. It was probably a little bit too hard, if I'm honest, but it was hard. Yeah. Then they split it into 2, but a lot of firms were asking for the fucking old one. So then they brought it back and made it 2 multiple choice. I could do an entire podcast on 2391, and I have on Apprentice 1-to-1, but I don't do it here. But yeah, 2391's not as hard as it used to be.
I done it. I done them 2. I done them 2 on the bounce, and I had the option of doing, because it was the first year for it, and it was either, do you want to do like the 3-hour like one that, like, I think it's about 75% of people fail, don't they?
Yeah.
Or the other one, and it was a no-brainer. You know what I mean? It's like, you know.
So that one, the 2-part one you did, is the old 2391, what I call the hard one, and it's split. But it's still the same course, but it's split into 2 different parts, so you get 2 bites at it. So if anyone has got that one, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll give monkeys. Yeah.
I thought I was going to say you ain't got any testing qualifications then, even though you're always testing.
Yeah. I don't. Have you not seen my videos? I'm absolutely fucking terrible. The best The best one is where I'm dyslexic, I just say all the wrong words, and it's just hilarious. And how I don't get rinsed for it more, I don't know.
I've also got I've got like a TIS MFT Pro Plus or whatever it is. Then I've also got the Velocity bag, the tester bag from Velocity. I've got a proper full-on kit of all the testing stuff, all extra screwdrivers in it, the whole lot. It is the absolute.
It's got all the gear.
Boss kit. Zero idea. But the good thing about the TIS testers, you press a button and then you press the help button, and it tells you exactly what lead to put where, how to do it. Like, honestly, it's like a cheat code for anyone who's done like me.
The big touchscreen. I like the look. I've never actually handled one.
They are a weapon.
I like the look of them, but I'm a fluke man. But I mean, I'd give them the thing with them is I'd give them the time of day. I would try it, but I'm a fluke man at heart. Everything I've got's fluke.
These are just so like user friendly and like nice. It's a nice thing.
They're advanced as well, aren't they? Because I don't quote me on this. I've only seen it in Saver video. You can get a CT clamp, can't you, that makes it do loads more funky stuff, which interests me.
That's the same as your one. Your Fluke do that as well, don't they? They do the
not on the multifunction ones. They don't. You have to go and start going by special ones. But the TIS one does a lot of. I think it does like earth continuity leakage and all that all in one, which is unusual for an MOT.
Yeah, Mega also have that attachment. But I was talking to Lee. Is it that Lee Barker? And he was telling me that the clamp, the earth leakage clamp that goes in the 17 series, cost 300 quid, and they're
not cheap.
About 2 of them, where everyone has the earth leakage clamps. You know.
Have you seen the new Mega? The one that looks like it's out of space age.
It's funny, really, because I was gonna mention that, because like Sam going on about that TIS. It's like I started with Mega, so I like Mega, but like Mega are the elite, aren't they? But that new series seems as if they've dulled it down to everyone else, haven't they? It's like they've dulled the meter down to, because I think the other brand, Metro, they do that where it tells you all that. Like, what on earth are you doing with that meter if you need?
I think you're either Fluke or Mega, aren't you? It was traditionally, that's where it was at. And Mega's obviously got a much bigger. Mega's much more embedded in the British electrician, because Fluke's come to the scene. But TIS have got an hard job on to convince them to use their gear, which I think is good.
Yeah,
but I mean, that new Mega, it's just like, it does all the things, I think, all the things that RC Mega has been a proper Sparkies tester, and they do build proper Sparkies, rugged, simple screens, easy to use. But I don't think that new one is going to match that criteria.
I sent you the link to it.
Did you? Hang on, I can do this now.
The difference between the TIS and the Mega, and that's why I turn my nose up. I don't turn up my nose up at Fluke. All my other test equipment, I've got obviously loads of everything, but they don't do the 2-wire loop impedance, do they, for the RCD?
No, but you know, when I teach, I'm trying to do some.
So you said you're a non-pick or something?
No, I'm fucking trying to do something in the background. It's just not working, is it? There we go. We've got technology now. Well, look, if it's almost so fluid. So there's the new one for anyone who's.
Can you say
audio viewers?
Can you save me the $3,000 on the hair transplant and just about get on the fringe on?
That looks quite nice. I'd like to handle one, but I just don't know if a lot of old school Sparkies, which are Jurassic Sparks, love Mega, and I think that screen might put them off unless they bring that as a young man's tester. I'm not sure what the marketing behind it is.
When TIS, well, one of my friends at the TIS, and one of the drawbacks I always remember him saying to me is that the TIS, you know, when like the one that Sam's got, it's got the coloured screen. When he used to have
it runs the battery.
It used to absolutely hammer the batteries. And that's one thing that's always stuck in my head. So every time.
How long ago was that?
Well, it was probably about 4 years.
That is one of the drawbacks of the MFT from TIS. It definitely does rinse the batteries. Top tip.
Can you swap the battery? Is it a battery pack?
They're just double A's. They're just double A's.
Right. So you could have done them rechargeables.
Rechargeables. Sweet.
They're all the meters you can do both, don't they? They both come with like the carriages where you can. Because these ones have different, like you can have the spare batteries as a. I don't know.
Do you know what? I'm so out of the loop on all this sort of stuff. I've only ever messed about with a Mega at college, and then.
You know what I've got to do because of that? You know, I've decided because of what just Sam said there. I have avoided for years trade shows, and now I'm on it. I've got to go to some trade shows because. I can't come in there and go, oh, that flute looks nice on the internet. I bet it's great. I've got to go and handle it. So as part of this, I'm going to have to go to some trade shows and stuff this year and have a touchy-feely with some things.
Only downside to Mega is they've had some issues with reliability in the last couple of years, haven't they?
I think they all do, though, don't they?
Not TIS.
It's actually quite funny, really, because like we're actually talking about like these meters and they're like calculators, aren't they? They're all, you know, they're all. There is no better or worse. It's just how quick, you know, like with Mega, with the earth leakage, with the testing, it's quicker. You know, where Fluke used to be lightning, when when it was the 15 series with Mega, the used to take, you know, and the Fluke used to hammer it. But then
I got told also, you know, the Fluke form factor on the 17 series, the ones that go down was like that Mega.
Yeah,
there's a very similar tester come out. I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called, but it's got a very similar form factor. And someone assured me they made in the same factory, but the processors are different.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just, one thing you got to remember is if you do go on site and you go to someone, I don't know, an aircraft or electronics engineer, and your customer knows what they're doing, if they see a Fluke or a Mega, they'll probably understand that, won't they? Whereas if you rock up with there's a cheap brand. I'm not naming because I'm not slagging them off, but they are cheaper. If you turn up that, they might be like, "Who's this clown?" And it is a bit of a status symbol, isn't it? There's ethos. I'm not naming. There's ethos.
Just name it. Fucking hell.
No, it's
say dialogue.
Dialogue of a lot of stuff that looks like Fluke.
Yeah,
it looks the same.
I've got to admit, like a lot of the Dialogue used to sell their stuff in our wholesalers, and I've got a few of their bits. Like when it comes to like prong testers, plug-in testers, wands, and stuff like that. You know, like most of them are all the same. You know, it's
all the same. But you say that
the Fluke for the wands are a step above everyone else. You know what I mean? It's funny because you're not allowed to say they're reliable because everyone calls them death sticks, but not everyone's dying. Yeah. But the people who are calling them death sticks are the ones on Instagram with someone I've cut for another live cable, which I haven't done in fucking 10 years. You know what I mean?
Tomorrow.
I love them pen testers. Them pen testers are the best. Them pen testers are the best. If you get a decent pen tester and you make sure on a live one first, that you knows live, like you take it to the tails or something, you're sweet. You're sweet.
I'll use them in a panel because I'll go in the panel and just see what is live. Because I just have a flash around. But yeah, they've got the uses. But the problem is if younger people see them, they think they're a one-stop solution, and they're obviously not.
Yeah, of course they're not.
But that's part of education. That's part of your apprenticeship, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're not even using them on sockets. You know what I mean? You can flash it across them, but yeah.
You can poke it in the live bit on the socket and it works.
Yeah.
Top tip for getting electrocuted.
Top tip on not having to die.
Anyway, this isn't a webinar. We ain't done Will. What's Will's got for anyway? What New Year, Will? What are you doing this year? What about personally? Obviously not on the podcast because you'll be back next year reviewing this.
Personally, I want to get fitter. I want to. It's oddly enough, I want to work less because I work too much. I work 7 days a week, but I want to work more during the week, and less at the weekends. I want to bang more bad bitches. I mean, me and woman. No, I don't know. I don't know really. Just
what about business wise? You happy where you are? Bigger, smaller?
I'd like
more lads.
Well, I'd like to improve it all. It's quite funny, really, because I don't know if you follow me on my YouTube channel. But
I do. Oh, not on YouTube as much. I don't tend to watch sports on YouTube as much. But
I've started to, I really enjoy all the other lads. I call Nick. Nick's one of my favourites. Ryan, what's his name? Mikey from Residual Currents.
Yeah.
Off the wall, his videos. Corey as well. But I love tools, and I'd rather do the tool reviews. The only problem is I don't get many people watching the tool reviews, so you have to kind of do the daily blogs. But what I didn't realise is because with all this stuff is that you get the byproducts, don't you? So since I've been doing my daily videos, my website, like the what do you call it? The actual
the hits.
The hits is just sent my website, like my phone. Like I ain't turned my the work phone, which is obviously my landline. I haven't turned it on for a month. It was going crazy.
Yeah. So you're seeing
massive
inquiries from YouTube.
Yeah, massive. Not from YouTube because my website and everything is linked to the Google.
Oh, it's all being Sam's a bit of a guru on this, but it's all being pushed together, is it?
Yeah. So if you're actually searching for like Will's Electrical, Electrician TV comes up.
It sees you as more of a brand, so it pushes you higher up, so you're getting more calls.
Yeah. So and that's what I quite liked, and then it's kind of changed my idea of what I want to do with my YouTube, because I always want to do the tool reviews because that's what I love. I absolutely
yeah.
Because that's in my life. I've been self-employed the whole time, and I have a different attitude towards tools. Like I see people who are like trying to get the cheaper stuff. But then you're not getting a tax you're not getting a tax benefit from it, are you? Like,
yeah.
You've been rewarded, because in the end, if you play it right, you're getting something better for nothing, can't you? You know what I mean? And rather, not like being employed where you have to go for the cheapest and and stuff like that. But I've always like I've been given rewires to do, and it's like buying a sprawler, buying the newest things, buying the better drill, because you earn money out of it.
So you're buying it anyway. I think we're missing tool reviews. There's not a real good tool review channel, I don't think, at the minute. A few people have had a bash, but not a proper YouTube in-depth one. I think that's.
There is.
I think you want to get back into that.
There is quite a few, but I
what, like Spark, just dedicated Sparky ones.
Yeah. There's a few, because I've always watched them. I've always liked the American ones, but the problem I've always found is that it's always guys all dressed smart, all talk. It's the same.
What's happened here for viewers is a message has come up on our Zoom and we're all staring at it. Nothing bad happened. Will ain't got his cock and balls out or anything. It just come up saying Zoom's been extended because Samson's been fanning around with something there. Anyway.
What was happening was where we was going to switch over to a different program. We had a load of problems, so I didn't renew my Zoom subscription. So we're zooming along and it come up 10 minutes remaining.
I wonder what he was up to. I've had
to shell out £13 for this recording.
Another expense. We're getting there. We are having new software. It's all going off, isn't it?
Yeah, mate.
2023 is the year of the Sparky.
So go on. What is your thing this year? What are you looking to do this year?
Me?
Not you, Wills.
Will.
No one cares about you.
Just basically just hopefully push my YouTube. Hopefully get a bit more efficient with my work, you know, and just be healthy, I suppose.
I've got ice something, Will, quickly, because I do follow you on Instagram. Yeah. How many fucking lads have you got on? Jesus Christ, they're everywhere.
I've got 3 full-time apprentices.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 lads, but there's 2 of them don't go on there because of certain things,
court appearances and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just that no one likes this stuff, do they? You know what I mean? It's all a bit private. And other part-time lads, yeah.
You got 3 apprentices, fair one. I did say the Chris one, yeah. Anyone's going to rave about getting apprentices, it's Will. He's always got them on, and he's always got them busy and doing stuff.
The thing is that like, well, we didn't want to go on about the apprentices, but like, because I've got. They're not like the college is a nightmare. It's the same as when you went to college. It's probably the same as when you went to college, Sam. All you ever see is when you go on Instagram and all that, like colleges are all wonderful. All I ever get is let down by them, you know, like all of a sudden they're going in because they've got a tutor, then they haven't got a tutor. And it's like as if the colleges run my business.
I'll tell you what, it's a good one, and you'll probably get some comments back. I'll just tell you, obviously, as being an ex-tutor myself, I'm on all the agencies for tutoring. And I have not stopped being called and getting emails for the last 2 weeks. Need someone here sharpish. Need someone here sharpish.
National shortage.
It's bonkers, mate. It's absolutely crazy. And it's not a bad earn. I've seen 40 quid now being paid for tutors. And the requirements were, you must be a Sparky, right? Okay. And must have a teaching qualification, brackets, or be willing to work towards one. So if you don't mind standing up in front of people, it's a good option. There's work out there, but it's just gone mental, mate.
Yeah, because I see. It seems like it's a lot of electricians starting up on their own business who do it as a sideline to get a bit of stability, isn't it?
I'll tell you what. I'll say something now, right? I'll tell you a fact, and this is what this is. Yeah, I worked at a private college, and there was all right. There was a nice bunch of people there, and I liked it, but it got very competitive locally, and I was like, I can't be asked for this. It's getting a bit of a race to the bottom for me personally. I got offered another job, so I went. So I quite enjoy my time teaching. I like enjoying with the people. Yeah. What I will say is, I went to work. I went to work for my old college, which is a proper FE college. Yeah. And I think I am and represent a normal electrician. Yeah. Like a bit of shouting, like a bit of banter. I've been on my tools. You know what I mean? I'm a bit of a lad. Yeah. I got to that college, mate. They got rid of me in 2 weeks. They did not fucking like me. The lefty motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And what the problem is they want to get welders in there, machinists in there, plasterers, plumbers, and to teach the new people that are coming through. But what they don't realise is tradesmen aren't like them. Tradesmen aren't teachers. Tradesmen are tradesmen and women. And you get in there, you're like having a bit of a bant around the water cooler, like, oh, I don't like this. And I find it really off-putting. And I'll say that out loud. I thought it was a bunch of...
So what is FE? I don't know.
Further education, so a proper college. So I'm not saying all colleges like it, right? But the one I went back to, it was like I didn't like them. It was like everything was financially related. You know what I mean? You know what it is.
It's all to do with funding and shit like that. Boring. No one cares about apprentices. That's what.
Well, no, but in the context of what Will was saying, a lot of people
boring.
I think someone wants to move the conversation on for your audio viewers out there.
Boring.
He spends 10 minutes buying some software on the line, and it comes on and fucks up the conversation.
Yeah.
I was dragging this show along 10 minutes ago. Now you come wading back in. Fucking hell.
So what are you going to do with your? Are you going to like continue with your YouTube, or what's?
I like Instagram at the minute. I like the fact I can grab my phone out and do a story, and I really like that feature. And I've been doing some educational stuff. And what I've been doing is I've saved it. It saves to my camera roll, and now I'm editing that and put it on YouTube to ease me in gently because it gives me a bigger reach.
Also, what you need to do as well is put on TikTok as well.
I'm not going on TikTok because I'm not a Chinese paedophile.
Mate, all you have to do with TikTok is just make sure you just don't read the comments. Just put it on there, go off. You know,
but there's no benefits.
Do you get some dicey comments?
Oh, it's hilarious. I love it.
What's this egg doing electrical for? What's this egg walking about?
It is the most fiercest. It is the most fiercest platform in the world, isn't it? It's,
worse than
I tell you what.
It's vile. It's vile.
I'm going to do an experiment. I'll do an experiment this week, right? I will go on my phone. I've got a brand new iPhone today. I'm going to go on that. I'm going to set up a TikTok account. And you know my electricians hacks, the one I did this year with the bleeding the socket, and the one I did that got me on this show where I'm changing my light. Yeah. I'll stick them on there and see what kind of reaction they get.
Oh, you'll be awesome because people love like normal people. You know what I mean? You'll be awesome.
Once you put it on your phone, it's over. That's it. They got all your data forever.
I can't be arsed with it. I don't like the idea of TikTok.
Yeah, the thing is, Jamie, is the reason why, like, where I was trying to go with the TikTok is because on my Instagram, I have my website on, on the platform bit on the top where you can only put one.
Yeah.
The Instagram is really profitable for my business. I get a lot of work from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Instagram's but TikTok, what's the benefit?
I can't afford to put my YouTube channel on there like all the other YouTubers. They put theirs on there instead of their website. So I can't afford to do that. So
what's the crap with TikTok? What's that going to get me? Am I going to get more people coming onto other social media or what?
Because you can easily get followers on YouTube. It's an easier way to get, there's like you instantly go. Is that there's an easier passage.
I would say this might be controversial. Yeah, I would say I wouldn't think people who come over to my YouTube because I think people who watch TikTok are brain dead morons who can't be committed to more than 10 seconds of video. But
that's why
I've got addicted to it.
That's why
it's just death scrolling, isn't it? I'm sticking with Insta. I'm going to put more of my Instagram stories on YouTube, and I'm going to record some stuff just for YouTube, some in widescreen. Because at the minute I have to record it in narrow screen, and then make it look good on YouTube, which you do with pictures and stuff. So I did one about relay stuff that really works. I put pictures in there, but I am doing a bit more content but only educational stuff. I'm not fucking around doing the. I'm not doing the what do you call it? What's that family called? All over the fucking TV. I'm not doing the Kardashian style sparking like some people do. I don't like it. I want to do stuff for sparky stuff.
How do both of you feel? I know. Like I shouldn't really be.
Here we go.
But how do you lads feel like about I've been noticing, and I'm never going to do it on my channel or any because I do it to advertise my business. That's the main thing. YouTube's a hobby with the tool side, but the blogging is to sell it, or which I do enjoy. I enjoy the editing. But how do you lads feel about all the subscriptions and the memberships and all that stuff?
I'm never going to do it
on the fans only.
No, I'm never going to do it on the podcast. Don't care. I'm not. So the whole thing about the podcast for me is I just love podcasting. I love talking about the electrical industry because it's my trade, it's my profession. It's the only thing I can really talk about in any detail because I do it every day. So I love the whole podcast environment, platform, the whole lot. I love it to bits. I love doing every single aspect of podcasting. I don't give a fuck about memberships and all that sort of stuff. I think bollocks to it because then you've got to make an extra bit of content for that. Yeah. And I might not want to make a bit of extra content. I do my podcast because I love it.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel as if you should be trying to do your best anyway.
Oh, what you got? Right.
Here we go.
All right. I want to get something. I've got a video and edit about this. I've got a video in editing for YouTube about this.
Listen, don't talk around the bush. Hold on. Don't talk.
I'm not going to talk around the bush.
About exactly what it's about.
I'm just setting the scene. I'm just setting the scene of why I've been thinking about this. Yeah. So what I'm saying now is thing, right?
Because I'm going to cross you up.
If you've got a private group where you discuss stuff and maybe about your branding, how you do stuff and how you function, I get that because that's a separate entity. I'm talking now. So like, say I know Nick's got one, right? I know Nick's got one. Nick Bundy's got one, and he says on his thing they talk about advertising and social media and all that kind of thing. I completely get that. Because that's a separate entity. But what I'm going to say is this, if you are a sparker who has been trained by someone for free and you are trying to sell that skill on, you're a fucking arsehole. Yeah, I've just started a hashtag on this video, skills roll downhill. Yeah, if you're trying to sell what someone told you for free, you are fucking the trade up and you deserve to get fucked.
Yeah, I find
that's where I'm at. And I'm like I said, I'm going to go hard on that this year because I think it's what we should be doing.
Right, so this all comes from. But let's have a frank conversation. Artisan sells business courses.
He does, and hang on. It's not connected. It's not connected. They're not connected. They're not connected. If Artisan wants to sell a business course about how he got into business, that in the first part of the conversation says that's fine. Yeah, I'm talking here, and I want to be very clear on this. Yeah, if you are a sparker who has been taught as an apprenticeship for free, and you are selling that skill on, you're an arsehole.
But who's selling the skill on?
No, I'm
are.
Sorry, I was asking in Frank about like the I call it OnlyFans for like electricians, because I see
really?
and I see I don't know. I find it. I find OnlyFans odd. I don't understand why some geezer would pay £2 to look at some bird's fanny. I'll
pay £2 to look at some bird's bumhole.
Yeah.
No, but what
I don't get all that stuff. That's all I don't know whether I'm too old to understand all that sort of stuff, but it's just
it's all about if you pay them, right, you get a sense of connection. So you're not subscribing to like a porn channel. You're subscribing.
I know. You get different.
No. What I'm saying is, right. Summer, for instance, she's got OnlyFans. Link in the show notes, right?
We get caught this. Are we like you like for OnlyFans that? If you buy her bangers, we get 5p. Cheers.
Yeah. So every time. So with Summer, there's people that will look at her picture and half fancy her and be like, well, if I pay her £12 a month, I get to look at her nudes, and 2, I get to chat to her. And it's like a connection. That's why this OnlyFans thing has blown up. Because
when I was young, you could spend £12 a bird in a pub and do the same thing.
No, because what it is...
I'll call about on the telly.
A lot of people these days are not... A lot of men are quite lonely, and that's a way of connecting with a bird quite easily. Now, so it's kind of different to what they're doing with this electrical thing, but there are people that sell like their content for a premium via the membership access. But I don't know if it's selling their skills. I think it's just giving them extra content.
We are so off-piste, we've just schemed to the lake. Fucking hell, how did we get here? It's an Electricians podcast.
We're talking about. I was just asking because you're fellow YouTubers as well, aren't you? So I'm a
podcaster and not a YouTuber.
I am a social media bellend.
Yes, you are massive.
You know what I do just like, and I've got to say straight. I'm an influencer. I've got 1,000 people following me on Instagram. Yeah,
no,
that's what the word means. Yeah, these people go, I'm not an influencer. You are. You fucking literally. That's what the word means. Don't say you're not because you don't think it's cool. You are.
If there's not one person that's bought anything off of my recommendation ever, and if you have, you're dumb.
Yeah, but just by being on this podcast, I appreciate that the term I'm an influencer, but you get these people go, oh, I'm not an influencer. You are. Stop trying to act cool like you're not an influencer because you fucking are. So just influence something good, not something bad.
The whole scenario is creepy as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah, but you love it. You love it.
What's that? I love to. Yeah, but it's all about advertising my company. I love. I do love
bollocks.
I like interacting with people. I enjoy it. And there's not been many people. Not been many people on Instagram that I replied to or spoke back to him. I like interacting with other sports and trade, find stuff out. I speak to a lot of people on Instagram on a regular basis. Like James Spark, I chat to him all the time. Other people on there. It's like, what's up?
Has he been on it? You should get him on it.
I've asked Jay. He didn't. He just ignored me. Like he just went on with the conversation. But yeah, I like his channel. He's a good lad. And like I say, some people on there really enjoy watching. There's a lot of people on there have asked that won't come on. That won't come on yet.
But to tell the truth, Will, you love the whole being in front of the camera, doing the presenting thing, and then creating a bit of content and putting it out and hoping people like it.
Well, I like
just for your business. Don't try it.
Well, no, because the first part was during lockdown, wasn't it? So it was for like because I didn't have nothing to do. I was literally hiding in my unit. You know what I mean? So it started from there. But as soon as you start seeing the benefits like Instagram from to your business, then it is. That's what you do, isn't it?
Do you legitimately get work from your Instagram?
Yeah. Always,
yeah,
because on your business account. Do you have a business account on your Instagram? It's not a business account like as if I pay for it.
Oh, but you can make it a business connection, can't you? Like say I'm promoting this kind of thing.
But you can see all the people that are viewing your stories. Like when I do a story every day, you can see all the people that are like reviewing it. we could see like the connections of people, like, you know, because obviously giving me work and all stuff like that, and getting it that way, you know.
You're not going to get the work of this podcast, Will, because no one's going to employ you when you've fitted that extractor fan through that map.
What's that? Well, to be fair, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's really funny because it's like saying about Instagram. When I first started Instagram, it was obviously like from a company, you know, it was obviously for like showing like a bit of a CV. And I remember the first electrician who followed me, I was well put out. I was like, what the fuck's this busy? You know, what's he want? You know what I mean?
Oh, because you didn't expect to get followed by another
no, of course not. And then obviously with the Instagram, then it becomes a community, and it's brilliant. Like the amount of I've given the guy Matt up in Grimsby like a rewire, like, you know, because there's even like, you know, if you see someone, like if you had somebody, you know, you could almost mention like people in Bristol, you could give like it to Lawrence, couldn't you? You know what I mean? It's become, because you can see, you know, you can see the people's work and how busy they are, and you can gather.
I do a lot, like someone will ask me like about my Wi-Fi. Loads of people ask me, so I'm going to do a video on that. Loads of people, I get loads of apprentices asking me stuff which are pointing towards one-to-one, and certain videos on one-to-one that I've been involved with or that Mark's done. So it's great for like going, I don't sit there like writing massive messages. I just go, yeah, you know what? You want to look at this? You want to look at that? And I've had people message back going, yeah, off the back of your advice, I've got a job. So it's great community and stuff like that.
Jamie, what are your plans this year?
I would like to do more YouTube stuff, just not because I want to not get my numbers up, just do more. I want to do more stuff with Apprentice 1-to-1, get back on that. Now something's happened. I don't know, mate. I want to get back into the STEM stuff. I used to do loads of youth work. I used to do youth work all the time, and I want to get back into the youth work. Youth work, working with kids, working with young adults.
What for?
STEMs, so all the sciences, technology, engineering, maths, and all that kind of stuff.
Well, so I used to do. I was college or something then, do you?
I did a lot of it through the army. So if anyone doesn't know, I was an army cadet instructor for like 14 years before I left doing that. And then I didn't get left. They fucking threw me out. Let's not beat about the bush. 40.
40. Oh,
yeah. Right. So I did I did all my youth work in that, and then now I do it. I'm a STEM ambassador. I try and make all my YouTube stuff educational, but I do miss working with young people because they're funny. So I'm going to try and do a bit more of it with the army and a bit more of my own back, like with the Apprentice 1-to-1 and stuff. So just point people in the right direction. Helping them out.
How badly I just want to shout out, boring. I'm not going to.
Do you swear on your YouTube, Jamie?
Yeah, because I don't want to get paid. I don't want to be. I'm a real Sparky, mate. That's my bag in it. And you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a quick story, yeah? I was driving home from work the other day, and it popped on my YouTube. It popped on my Facebook that a year ago, I put a thing up saying I was on this podcast. I think it was a year ago this week. So I watched the original pod I did. I'm also wearing the same hoodie just for the crack with the same lighting. And you know what? I was really happy to see that everything else on that podcast I've stuck by. There's no bullshit. It's like I said, come on and said like support young apprentices, support young people, help people out, and I stand by that. And I'm going to hopefully do a bit more of that this year.
I've got just one little bit on that, and Gary Hayers, you know, from GSH and all that, he gave me the greatest bit of advice with that, because I was the same. I started off in here, I was swearing, you know, and I look back at some of our videos and it was quite embarrassing. It was quite embarrassing, like swearing, you know. I swear the same as you, all three of us do, don't we? You know, there's no need to explain that. But the good point that he made to me is that he said to me, he goes, Will, who are YouTube going to put the videos forward? Are they going to put somebody that they can advertise with, or against somebody they can't advertise with? And like, you know, and it don't, you know, like I know, like, you know, obviously you want more than, you know, you want to grow, don't you? You know what I mean? Why would you not?
Yeah.
You know, I swear on purpose.
And that was a point I've never really ever thought about, and I just thought I'd highlight that to you. You know what I mean?
I swear on purpose because, and I use music a lot as well. I do use music because it really, like the Chris one, I use music that we couldn't monetize it because it just sold the joke. Yeah. I swear because I don't want to get advertised on YouTube. I want other sparkers to go, oh, this guy's got a good video about that. And I want it just to be organic, which is one of the reasons why I had to fuck around like that.
But with the podcast, we're growing really well audio, not so much on YouTube. So with the podcast, the audio, like I don't really give a shit about YouTube really. I like the audio side of it. Like a podcast is basically a radio show that you download, And
But we
that's
don't have to worry about swearing on that, do we? On the audio, because it's like,
and on
because
the audio,
it's such a massive thing.
Yeah, no, it's no real algorithm driving it. It's just literally made available, and if people know who you are, so for me and the podcast, it's a billboard for our audio. People
We
like it
surveyed it,
because
didn't
we've got
we?
a community on there and stuff, and people comment and stuff, and we are, and it's sort of, we could direct our community to other people in the YouTube world, like yourself, like Bundy, like GSH, and all them. However, I don't give a shit about YouTube anymore. Don't
Neither
care.
do I. But we did. I don't really care about the YouTube bit, but we did ask the customer, and a lot of people says, when I'm on my computer at work, I can stick it on YouTube and I can watch it. And the other feedback was, the one thing that we liked was the comments. I read every comment, and I'll go back to a month's videos and read them. So it's the one place you can, apart from obviously social media, you can message any of us on social media.
Soon you'll be able to play it. Soon you won't need YouTube. Soon you'll be able to play it straight off of our website, the video as well, and there will be a comment section. So we won't need YouTube soon.
Yeah, I think you should always keep YouTube.
Yeah, I think we'll have to stick. I think we'll have to stick with it. It's just necessarily evil.
Because unfortunately, like, it's a good idea, Sam. The only problem is that when you go onto YouTube, which I often do, because I don't watch much telly, because obviously I'm either forever working or I watch sports. But if I go onto YouTube on my smart telly and all that, it gives me the options. You know, like you lads are the only podcast I listen to, because it's not really my thing. Like, if I'm in my van, I like to listen to music. And if I'm in my office, which I normally am on a Monday, I like it. I like the banter. It's like, you've got a really good show. You know what I mean? And it makes you feel as if, by watching it, it makes you feel as if you're on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Surely you've got to pay me for that one.
Cheers,
all day long. Do you know what? I really talked about
much. It's the truth. I'm a viewer. I'm a fan. You know what I mean? I'm a viewer.
Well, we've got to remember, Sam, you saying you haven't talked about much electrical. It's a podcast, isn't it? We're talking about the entire thing that we're in. So, like,
yeah, it's true.
This will create some good feedback.
MFTs at length as well. Come on. And 2391s, and triple STS. Do you know what? I said this many, many moons ago. So we've all been commercial / industrial electricians. We've all done the subcontracting circuit. What do you think is the most important qualification to get work in that?
Probably IPAF, in it.
It is the IPAF.
Yeah, lifters. And I've crashed more lifters than I've done, didn't it?
Oh, mate. My IPAF ran out a couple of years ago.
I got mine now.
I'm telling you now, you'll get more work with an IPAF than you will any other qualification, and including the gold card. If you're an improver with an IPAF, you're going to get more work than an electrician without.
I've seen people asking for IPAF license drivers for 14 quid an hour, just driving up lads around. I've seen it.
And it's funny you talk about fucking crashing lifters, mate. It's like I'm drunk on the lifter.
Exactly.
I crashed one directly into a finished building the other week. Straight in, dented the whole fucking front of it.
I got one stuck on a curb. So that, when you got the road and you got the pavement, there's a curbstone, isn't there? But imagine the pavement's not been finished, so there's just a curbstone sticking up. I ragged one out the back of a building, twatted this curbstone. I was like, fucking hell, that was close. Tried to drive off, and it was perfectly balanced like the letter T on the curb. They had to get a crane in. It was ridiculous.
That's
and then last week I was working with a guy who does a lot of work with who does. I work with a guy who does a lot of work who does audio, and it was at Doncaster Airport. It's closed down now, and we're always gobbing off at each other. And I was gobbing off at him so hard, I just put the entire cherry picker through the ceiling. I had to spend half an hour bending it all back together and rebuild it, opening it on CCTV.
Yeah, I did the same. I hit a curb the other week and ripped the tire off the lifter, and it's like just a plastic mat around it.
Cover.
Ripped it straight off. There was a ceiling on one job, and
it must be quite expensive,
Oh yeah.
And I ripped the ceiling up, so it ripped all the fixings out of it and everything.
Do you know what? I renewed mine.
But this is the best one. They come round to me and went, "Oh, you was the only person in there lifted the other day." I was like, "No, I wasn't." And they're like, "Well, someone's crashed into the roof. And it must be you." I was like, "It wasn't me." There's like, "It definitely was you." I was like, "No, it wasn't me." and they was looking at me like waiting for me to admit it, and I just didn't admit it. I was like, because that's the first rule in it. If you crash it into something, don't admit it.
Then you're going to go on a podcast and tell everyone.
Yeah, but that was about 3 jobs ago. I don't care.
No, what? No, I stopped renewing my license because I started to get a bit fearful of them. Not because I'm scared of heights and I trust the engineering. It's that I know how battered about they get. So you get a lifter on site. Sam's been driving the day before, smashed it through a wall. Next thing you know, you're 40 foot in the air. I was like, fuck this, I'm not driving these anymore. So I packed them up.
Yeah, them boom ones are awful as well, aren't they? They're self.
Oh, mate, them boom ones are awful.
See you later.
We had one at a football stadium. You know, the ground mounted ones where they bring the lorry in, and there was an apprentice who got put in with me because he was scared of heights. So he thought it'd be hilarious to drag him up there. And obviously, I'm in a football stadium, so the wind is not there. So I was careering it up like a knobhead to scare him. And as I got above the roof line, the wind hit it. It went about 10 meters one way. He grabbed onto me so hard, even I'd shot myself, and I just took it down. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. He absolutely just flew across the other way. I think he might have got brown trousers.
It don't matter who you are. It's unnatural to be going up with them things, you know. Like,
have you ever done this though? You know, like you're at full tilt, yeah, and then you start doing this in it, and it starts going well.
Sam's rocking for audio viewers.
Do you reckon if you rock side to side enough, you could tip it over at full tilt? I think it's possible.
Ooh. Yeah, because you got
I ain't gonna do it.
Over a bridge. You can do if you meet the frequency of it, you will do. Yeah,
yeah, because I don't think it's got a tilt where it automatically bring you like down, will it? So
if you shake it enough, if you go with the momentum, it's like a swing, a kid swinging tip.
Yeah, I reckon
you will always move it. Yeah, you would. I think you would, but that you have to be really malicious.
Yeah, I might try and see if I can get 2 wheels off the ground tomorrow.
Yeah, you got at least a month holiday in hospital, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen someone driving a forklift with 2 wheels off the ground.
Decent.
So, like, yeah, try it tomorrow.
I might try and get 2 wheels off the ground and video it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Then 2 becomes 4.
I like the videos you see on them boom ones where people just get bounced out.
People don't realise when you're driving a boom, when you're driving a cherry picker, as I'll call it, you're driving a catapult. If that thing goes down a ditch,
that's exactly
that little tiny movement of its wheels makes a massive tiny movement in the boom. You get thrown out of it like a trebuchet. There's a video of it on YouTube. I don't know. Not us all getting injured. There's a test video where they actually drop one over. Right, and it throws this bag of sand off.
Wills, thank you for coming on tonight, my man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, lads. I really appreciate it. I look forward. And another thing is for next year is hopefully I might even get the $4,000 trim up.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
but some turkey. The teeth done while you're there.
No, I ain't too worried about the teeth. But I like in Harley Street, they do it for $2,500 now. A lad I know does it. So I thought pre-season I might get it done. You know what I mean, Sam?
Might get a tooth.
Why you got a spot, yeah?
Why? How old are you, Will?
I'm 46 next month.
Go with it now. You just look like you've got a weave on.
No, fuck that. No, fuck that. Because when I edit my videos, I've got the old Zidane coming. I don't mind the old like receding ear, but fuck no. As soon as Zidane, I'm like, no.
I know you can stop it, mate. Buy a load of Verso gear. You'll get a cap.
Get a cap. I need the guy who owns it. He's got one of those weird the bum things, and I need one of those.
Get a bit of him and you have to top it up.
Nah, so that $2,500. I'm having it, guys.
That's why he's pushed his Instagram. He needs more customers to get his hair done.
I'm gonna have long hair. Just come on next year, just with my hair and the ponies.
Idiots. Monday Club. We're out.
Nice the Reds.
Cheers.